What is going on, Mavs fans? It's a late one, and that's something we're going to kind of get into as well. But welcome into the newest episode of Mavs Latest. I, of course, am your host, Cody Brusso. And as always, whether it's your first time, your next time, make sure it's not the last time. Hit that subscribe button. Sorry for a little bit of an echo. That cool front has blown in. It's a little chilly outside, so going and sitting by the water, not really ideal for tonight. So I'm in one of the conference rooms here at work because, hey, unfortunately, forever at work. Hopefully this is the final weekend. The project will be done after this weekend, and we'll be going back to weekends off after this. Cross our fingers, we're going to knock on some wood. But this next episode is coming at you right now, and on this one, we're going to be talking, of course, the Pistons, the Mavs, Mexico, and what are we going to do with this roster, guys? All that and more coming up next. I wanted to start this with two things. One, thank you guys so much to everybody that has been subscribing. We just hit 270. Thank you guys so much. To everybody as well that's been commenting, thank you. I will try and reply to everyone. And of course, some of you will be talking about your comments on Fanfare Fridays. That'll be coming up starting this Friday. That episode will be looking at comments and going over your hot takes. So look forward to that. I also want to say congratulations to the Dodgers for winning the World Series tonight. At least one fan base is happy. One fan base is not. If you're like me, of course, you're looking at our Mavericks and you're like, what the heck is going on, guys? The chemistry, unfortunately, not really there with Gafford. Kind of expected that. His first game here, and at least he started, but 17 minutes, 7 points, only 4 rebounds, 3 assists, no turnovers at least, but wasn't the big crazy show out that I thought Gafford might come with. I thought he might come very, very hungry and ready to prove himself, but unfortunately not the turn of events that unfolded. Cooper Flagg, though, does put up 16 for us. It's good to see him continue to progress. 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, only 1 turnover. But even though he had 16 points, 3 of 14 shooting. And I'll give him a slight pass, I guess you could say. We keep saying, 18 years old. Now he's got to adjust to Mexico City, the higher elevation. Everybody talks about when you go to Denver, how crazy it is playing there at that arena and how you've got to adjust. Well, now you're at an even higher elevation than Denver. So I would chalk that up to some of it as well. PJ Washington, 3 of 13. He's been Mr. Consistent for the Mavs. So one game, falls off a little bit. And again, somebody else that could be adjusting to that altitude. Cooper Flagg shoots 21%. PJ shoots 23%. Just sucks to see. PJ 0 for 6 from 3. We shot 45 3-pointers, only hit 36%, I'm sorry. 16 of 45 from 3. But the big story of this game, I think, has to be, is Jason Kidd finally ready to say, hey, look what D'Lo does. Look what he brings. He's a plus 35, I believe, on the season right now, on the plus minus, leading the Mavericks by leaps and bounds. So Jason Kidd, man, when are you going to stop with the point flag and put D'Lo in? I know after Brandon Williams' big game, everybody was talking about how he should start. Man, again, if you've watched the previous episodes, you know I'm all in on D'Lo. I think he should be our starting point guard. And he goes out there and proves it once again. 31 points, 7 rebounds. He does have 3 assists and 4 turnovers. So I would like him to wrangle in the turnovers. I think the biggest, drawback that I saw between the two teams is free throws, man, for both. Was it 65 free throws total? So maybe the altitude was affecting the referees. Maybe their brains were a little scrambled from flying down to Mexico. Hopefully they didn't drink the water. But maybe something was going on there. Not really sure, but man, what a high free throw game. And it wasn't leaning on one side again. 34 for Detroit, 31 for Dallas. We hit 26 of those, 84%. Detroit hits 23 of 34. They hit at 68%. So we actually win the free throw battle down there in Mexico. Just not enough between the free throws and D'Lo's 31 points. Still not enough. Mavericks fall 110 to 112. But what can you do? Push forward. We'll fly back. We'll face the Rockets come Monday. Kevin Durant and the Rockets there in Houston. So at least it's a light travel just going from Dallas to Houston. But one of the things I wanted to say is NBA, what are we doing? Detroit, a Central Time Zone team, faces Dallas, a Central Time Zone team in Mexico City, a Central Time Zone location, with a 9 o'clock tip-off. So game ends at almost 1 o'clock. It's 1:30 when I started this video. For a defensive team, and again, this is what we were told, we got rid of Luka because he didn't play defense. The offensive that he brings wasn't enough to compensate for his defense, supposedly. So now this is the third player to have a career high scoring against us just this year, and we've only played 6 games. Of course, I'm talking about Jalen Duren. Drops 33 on us, double-double for him, 33 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, no turnovers with 1 block, shoots 13 of 16, only misses 3 shots the entire time, 81%. And we're supposed to be this defensive built team. As well as Cade Cunningham, he drops 21 points and 18 assists, tying his career high in assists, as they just go on to mollywop the Mavericks in the fourth quarter. It looked like it was going to be a back and forth game, the ebbs and flows of a game. We went on a run. They went on a run. They took the lead. We brought it back. We took the lead. And the fourth quarter came, and this is where I hate to keep saying it was elevation, but that's the only thing I can think of. We gassed out. The elevation got to us because the fourth quarter, we looked lousy. We looked tired. We looked run down. And unfortunately for us, Detroit able to grin and bear it and overcome everything. And I, like probably most of you, the excuse of, well, our defense looks bad because our offense struggled tonight. Our offense has to set up our defense. Or we've heard the flip side. Our defense looked bad because of our offense. Our offense looked bad because of our defense. Blah, 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 blah. We need to pick a path, and we need to go down it, because right now we are one of the worst defensive teams in the league when we were supposed to be built as a defensive juggernaut, and we're one of the worst offensive teams in the league when we kind of knew that was going to happen. So we got to kind of pick a lane, and we got to go after it. And I know you're going to say, hey, well, look at all these injuries, man. Look at us on paper. The game's not played on paper. And if you have a bunch of injury-prone players, you might want to start moving on from them. Hopefully AD will come back soon. And, man, I hate to say this, we're only 6 games in, and when AD is healthy, but that's the biggest what if. Can AD stay healthy? And his track record shows that probably not, especially this late in his career. The chances of him staying healthy go down and down. And we've said it before, though, what do we get? What do we get in return for AD if we do put him out on the market? Because we gave up Luka, and we're not going to get Luka. So, unfortunately, guys, it looks like we're riding this one out. We'll see. Maybe we can package him up somehow and try and get something for him. But I highly, highly doubt it. We all know that he is a Nico guy. He was brought here for a reason. So this just looks like this is going to be what we run with. And if I'm a guy like Klay Thompson, man, I may start requesting a trade. You came here to play with Luka, and Luka no longer here. Luka, of course, in LA now, thriving with his new Robin, who, in Austin Reeves, who, in all honesty, should be a Maverick. The fact Austin Reeves wasn't in that trade is diabolical. Like, straight diabolical. Criminal charges should be brought against Nico for at least not getting Austin Reeves and 1 or 2 first-round picks from the Lakers. But, man, we've all heard that rant a million times, so I will spare y'all that rhetoric. Moving forward, again, Jaden Hardy doesn't play. Ryan Nembhard doesn't play. Moussa Cisse doesn't play. And Dante Exum, still no word, hurt knee. Can we just release him, stretch his contract, try and bring in somebody else to help us? Cisse and Nembhard, they're on 2-way deals. Can we stretch Exum, send Cisse down to the G League so he sees some playing time, can start to develop, and can we bring somebody in? I don't care who it is. Just bring somebody in that will try and do something offensively for us. Please, for the love of God, can we trade Caleb Martin? Can we package Exum's expiring contract and Caleb Martin and bring somebody in that can add some offensive firepower to this team? Not sure, guys. The frustration builds, but again, we're only 2-4. We're only 6 games in. We're 2 games away from being a 500 team. So all we can do is look at this positively. PJ Washington plays 36 minutes. Cooper Flagg plays 34 minutes. Max Christie plays 33 minutes. D'Lo plays 30 minutes. So these guys getting high minutes. So that's great news to see Cooper Flagg getting used to the NBA's, minutes and playing those minutes. Max Christie in the starting lineup getting big minutes. He's got to get used to that as well. He only had 1 turnover, 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. It really felt like they were trying to make Max the facilitator a little bit tonight, let him run the point, so to speak. So I'll be curious if we see more of that going forward. But I personally would just love us to do something to breathe some life into this team beyond just waiting for the injury list to clear up. Because if you add, let's say you add Dante Exum to this team, is Dante Exum really coming in and lighting the fire that this team needs, and he's going to be that facilitator and he's going to make things happen? I don't think so. I think that time for Dante Exum is well and gone. So we need to do something, but all we can do is hope and pray, guys, and that's what we'll do. It's late. I still got a little bit of work to do, but I will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to be talking, of course, the Rockets versus Mavs as we head to Houston. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the newest episode of Mavs Latest. I wish it was, a better time to be a Maverick fan right now, but it is what it is. We push forward. On to the next one. I'll see you guys tomorrow.